Hey there, friendlies. How's up? I hope you can hear me. I hope all is well. And I hope you liked the countdown. If you didn't, please let me know. It's just something I'm trying out. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. I discovered it with Russell's help uh, earlier this week. So, what I'm looking for is I can create a poll. Should I keep the drum instead of the new countdown? I should have set this up before, but I was totally doing this off the cuff. So I'm putting a poll at the top, and I will remind you of it as we go through this evening's festivities, this evening's discussions. You know what? Let's back that off a little bit, just a touch. Yeah, I was feeling a little claustrophobic there. That's better. Nope. Now you can see the mess in my room. Okay. Happy medium right there. All right. So, what do you think? Shall we get the housekeeping out of the way right off the bat? Excuse me. Right into the mic. So housekeeping is as follows, as you guys well know. Welcome to the live stream. If in fact you are hanging with us, time shifted to tomorrow or next week or next month, I am very glad to have your eyes on my live stream. Anyway, I appreciate it massively. If at any point tonight you really do massively like what you are witnessing, that smiley thumb is a good option. If at any point tonight you really kind of don't like what's going on, that's all right. Do mean the frowny thumb. If you would like to take a more active role in supporting the channel, as several people already have, then you'll note that there is a membership button down there. The join button will give you the options. I also have a tip jar, which a couple of people used during the last live stream, and I'm very happy about. But you do not need to feel that you must do that. Okay, I'm not going to take content away from you if you don't. It's an optional thing if you want to support me. It's in no way. I'm in no way gatekeeping my content. So let's say hi to them's what are with us. I think Canadian was on pretty early. He was on 10 minutes early just to say something to Tenenbaum, but Tenenbaum wasn't here yet at that point. Oops. Is he here yet, actually? Sam Jackson's in the house. Nice to see you. Canadian is dropping knowledge in the side chat there, evidently. David Evans, how's it going, David? Nice to see you. It's funny because I met both of you guys through Russell's live streams. It's nice to see you guys. Country boy trapped in the city, back from a 3-week social media break. What's up? I will tell you something that makes you a hero. I would love to do, like, take a week off of all the socials every now and again. I should have shaved before coming on. Hey, look at this. Look at that. I look horrible. It's okay. Whatever. Whatevs. We're not judging each other, right? Right? What do we got? Okay, there's some discussion about the price of gas. Yeah, I spent, I think, $2.15 a liter yesterday, or $2.20 a liter, or something like that. Let me just prepare my drinky poos for the night. Of course, I'm having tea. For a little later, tonight's Scotchy Scotch is the Old Pulteney Huddart. If you're someone who likes the Old Pulteneys, like the with the age statements on them, this ain't nearly as good. This was my first Old Pulteney experience, and I almost wrote off the distillery because of it. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Do you feel like I'm damning it with faint praise? That's because maybe I am. And for the beer, because of course it's beer, blades, and bushcraft. Where's my blade? Oh. Got a blade. Got a beer. we're going to talk Bushcraft. Now, I'm going to see if I can not wreck the pour tonight. If I do wreck the pour, then I know that Serge is lurking in the background. I've never had this particular beverage before. I do tend to try to open a beer that I've never had before when I'm hanging with you people, with you guys and gals. And so we're right back to form tonight. In fact, I believe I'm running a 99% success on that. I think there's only been 2 that I've opened again while hanging with you folks. There you go. It's got a nice light color to it. This glass does better with a stout in it, but anyways. Shall we give it a taste? What is this? Let's tell you what it is first. This is Sur Pilotis by Boreal. So Pilotis are piers. And I guess that's supposed to look like a beach house on piers. Brewed by Les Brasseurs du Nord, which is in Blainville. So just across the river on the North Shore. What I'm looking for, okay, barley, wheat, and oats, 5.5%. So it's kind of a standard. And let's give it a little sniffy. There's definitely hop in there. Is there? Barley, wheat, and oats. So what is it that is making me... Oh, there's a citrus thing happening. Okay, and I'm associating citrus with IPAs now. It's got all the citrus of an IPA, but none of the hoppy obnoxiousness. It's kind of sweet. That's because there's malt in there. Nice. Okay. So let's get down with the rest of the hellos. David Evans prefers the drum. Canadian prefers the drum. Hike with Mike says, "Hi folks, how's it going, Mike? Nice to see you." Raspberry Rock says, I need to use a trailer for a countdown instead. That's legit. At some point, I need to get the time together to put one together. But yeah, I agree. Carol is here saying hello to everyone. Linda's here. Nice to see you. Oh, no, the chat just jumped. Where was I? Oh, okay, found it. Thank you, David, for popping that up there. I appreciate it massively. Alain Belso is in the house. Now, this guy, I mean, those of you who've been watching me for a long time have seen him on, I think, 2. Alain, have you been on 2 of my videos? And I would like to do another one with him pretty soon. Something about knives. We'll make a fire and we'll look at a bunch of knives. I just gotta find a piece of forest for us to go to. Unless you know of a place, Alain. Drop me a DM or something, and maybe we can plan something. Tim, I don't know what the subject is tonight. It's been a really busy day. It's been a really busy week, and I just didn't have time. But here's the thing. As most of you know, I'm going to be 50 on Saturday. So maybe we can talk about birthdays or turning 50 and things you wanted to have done by then, or outdoor goals, age related. It's I don't have the idea nailed down yet, but I was percolating on it a bit while I was running down here in a panic and getting set up as far as I got set up for tonight. But I don't know, something related to that. I think I'm having birthday thoughts, because here's the thing. Here was my plan for my 50th birthday was as follows. I had a canoe picked out at Swift. I was going to save up for it. Came out to it was expensive. Came out to, I think, 42 or 4,300 Canadian dollars. So I was going to put all my music money towards it, because there's no way I can throw my day-to-day income at something like that. It has to be other income funded, either by this channel or by my music. So my idea was, was going to buy myself the canoe for my 50th birthday, and then for my 50th year, I was going to take an epic canoe trip. And then we didn't play any gigs for 2 years because of the plague, and also because of the plague, I didn't get to take any of the trips I was planning to do, sort of to train up for that major canoe trip. So, um, so this birthday is going to be a bit of a letdown, to be straight with you. It is. I mean, it sounds like a canoe is just an object, but the thing is, a lot of my dreams are hooked up in a nice canoe. And the nice thing about these Swifts or Novacraft or whatever, the expensive ones, is what you're paying for is that someone who is 50 is not going to have as much trouble portaging that as if they buy like the 80-pound monster from Canadian Tire or Mountain Equipment Co-op. So, I mean, you only turn 50 once, and my entire goal is not going to happen this year. But I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer about it because I can't take it back. You know, I said on someone else's live stream, I think it was Russell's on Sunday, that no regrets. And I try to be a no regrets type of person. I really duff that up in a big way, because if I thought about my history, there's a lot of stuff to feel dismal about. But I try to be no regrets. So I'm trying to not be too let down about my canoe plan. And I'm just starting to save up again, you know. Why am I? Oh yeah. So maybe let's talk about something related to that tonight. I mean, you guys, everyone watching me and everyone not watching me tonight, everyone has a dream, something outdoors related, or off-grid related, or hiking related, maybe paddling related, maybe you wanted to learn to knit. What I've noticed now, I say this because I'm someone who lives a very digital existence. I'm not only talking about the amount of time I spend on here or Russell's Discord. I mean, professionally, it's all screens all the time. And everyone I know at work is all screens all the time. And it's amazing how many people's desires, like the underlying desire or sort of a dream, it's amazing how many of their dreams pertain to doing something with their hands. Taking up woodworking, taking up blacksmithing, hitting the outdoors, chopping wood, building something, smoking meat. Like pre-digital skills, if you know what I mean. And I wonder what the balance point is, what everything's hinging on in that. Because like so many highly digital people have this desire to do something completely freaking analog. Is it a yin yang sort of thing? Like you got to balance your two halves or something? I don't know. But I know that, like, I've spoken to a lot of you guys on the Discord or, DMs in some way, whatever. And I'm not alone in having outdoors related intense desires. So why don't you tell me about them? Tell each other about them. Let's have the conversation. I don't know why I'm saying all this boring stuff. Oh, because Tim asked what the subject is for tonight. Yeah, and I didn't have time to set an actual subject, but do you guys have things you want to have done by milestone birthdays? Or did you and you hit them? Or did you and you missed them? And if not, do you just have, do you want to buy a cabin? Do you want to build a cabin? If you won $30 million and you were in Canada, so it didn't all get sucked away in taxes like you poor Americans have, or whatever, like if you win enough money to quit your job and never worry about it again, what would you do? I know what I would do. I know it has a whole lot to do with sitting in the middle of the forest next to a lake. But what about you guys? Are we all kindred spirits on that, or do you guys have some really cool, really different stuff that you'd want to tell me about? I'm getting really late on the side chat, so let's. Alain needs to shave as well. Thank you for saying that. It makes me feel just a little less bad about all this. I should live stream my shaving one day. If I slip and cut my jugular and bleed out, at least someone will be able to tell what happened. Linda's only going to town once a week to save on gas. Going kayaking soon. Nice. I think we're going to get some kayaks, just sort of to have as family outing things. I mean, you guys know that none of my paddling dreams have anything to do with kayaks, but I do have experience kayaking, and it is a nice way to get on the water with the kids or whatever, without going like an epic trip the way canoeing can sometimes turn into. It's good to have some around. I love it. I like it. I love that. But Country Boy stuck to his guns and took some time off from the socials. You mean this t-shirt? It's the Northern Lights over a nice landscape. I'm just having chaga tea tonight. I am having orange pico. When I was in Cégep, which for those of you who actually aren't from Quebec, I was going to say for those of you who are American, that's college. That's between high school and university. Anyways, while I was at Cégep, I had a friend whose mother called that regular tea orange pioki. I believe she may have been dyslexic and just not known it. Orange pioki. Sam says, what's up with that survey? I selected no, and it came back and said 100% yes, 0 no. Really? Because I'm running 93 to something. What the hell? Show me the damn survey. I don't want to end the poll. I want to... What? YouTube, stop being such a jerk. Oh, well. Whatevs. Moving right along. Everyone's saying hi to... Oh, it just jumped. No. The reason I don't want to just, like, when it jumps, the reason I don't want to just go to the bottom is because if someone comes in who I want to say hi to, and I, like, up north of 60, how's it going, man? Tyler Wood, Bushcraft in the house. Nice to see you. Oh, I've missed so many things. I think that's Shawnee's name. How's it going? Okay, I'm back up to where I was. Okay. Possibly 2. Okay, I'm pretty sure you were in 2 of my videos, but I wouldn't go to the mats to defend that statement, but yeah. Linda's got a pileated woodpecker swinging by the place. I have a hummingbird feeder up, but I haven't seen a hummingbird yet. I don't get any pileated, but there's a downy woodpecker that comes to my suet feeder. Every now and again, I see is it called the other one that's the same except the longer nose? A hairy woodpecker, I think. Hi, Shawnee. What? Calling me a youngster because I'm turning 50 next week? I guess I could be turning older if I'd been born earlier. Nice to see up north of 60 in the side chat. I was just thinking about you earlier today, actually, Dave. I was thinking that I would love it if we could work out some way to do a live stream or a podcast or something, dueling SM7Bs in some universe where that would be a thing. I think it's because I sort of said earlier, like, what would you do if you won like $30 million or something? And I've always seen myself as a media guy. I mean, I went to school for it. Excuse me. I would have a podcast like that, that ties in with this channel. It would be so. I would be a YouTuber and a podcaster and a stay-at-home dad. All those things would work together, right? Looks like Russell was thinking about Dave as well. Fun. Dave is just, you make an impact, I guess. Country Boy Trap says 50 was a non-event. I stopped counting at 49 and 364 days. How's it going, Tyler? By the way, Tyler Wood, how's it going? I like that logo, by the way. The first time when I first discovered you, you didn't have that logo yet. I think it's a good logo, Tyler. Oh, Shawnee's asking if Dave was doing any big van builds, because Dave tends to do the van life thing the summers, or he used to. Sam says that other income funded is Jay Leno's motto as well. I didn't even know that. I watch his stuff sometimes, because even though I'm not going to get political, because I don't see this as a political thing, but our current car, my wife and I have agreed, is our last internal combustion only vehicle. We would like to be a 2-car family with one like a plug-in hybrid and one fully electric. But I watched Top Gear religiously for a long time, and I like Jay Leno's car videos a lot, especially because he tends to sort of find things that are interesting and kind of rare. So anyways, it's interesting that you brought him up. Hey, Charles and Annalyn. Nice to see you guys. And Ian. Sorry, I just noticed that was a capital I instead of a... Charles, I'm going to get your wife's name right at some point. Sorry. I'm trying to jump down a little bit. Tim says 50 was crazy good for me. When I turned 60, I started to reflect on my life. Then people I love started to die. It messed me until now. When I turned 62, I changed everything. Retiring started it. Man, we will not become Debbie Downers here, but man, people have already started dying around me. Mostly cancer, like not old age or anything, but cancer's been taking a big chunk out of my my friends and family list. So I know what you're talking about there, and I could have stood waiting to 60 for that to start happening. No big van trips planned. Hike with Mike says, in the 20s, you're figuring out life. 30s is raising kids. 40s, midlife crisis. And then real life does begin at 50. I'd like to hit on that and say that for me, it's slightly different, because I only had my first kid at 39. Yeah, I was 39 when Camille came into the world, which is a long time to wait for your first kid. I'll be straight with you. They get heavy pretty fast when you're in your 40s, whereas back in your 20s and early 30s, it's a whole lot easier to bounce back from a lot of stuff. Sam says, listen, Randaz, I think if there's anything to be Debbie Downer about is you can be 50 twice, but only get to be 100 once. So you're doing the math jokes there, even though you know that I'm enumerate, Sam. I don't get the math. Interesting question from Shawnee to Tyler Wood. What'd you have for supper? Seems random, but I think she's referring to something that has slipped my mind. Canadian. Meanwhile, I'm sitting out back listening to Tree Frogs, watching you and the hockey game, thinking life is okay. Charles likes woodworking. I do as well. I don't get nearly enough time to do it. But yeah, I love the smell of sawdust. I love the feel of wood under the hands. Late in life, I discovered the magic of a hand plane as a finishing tool rather than just a hogging off material tool. Slow cook your steak and asparagus and butter. Nice. I made a sort of Asian, I guess, ginger shrimp with some kind of Chinese lettuce or cabbage and some other things in it. It was tasty. Oh, you're singing my song, Dave. Shifted focus towards sailing for the past couple of years. I was dreaming about buying a sailboat for a long, long time. Most of you know that I used to, until kids, crew on a 30-foot French built sailboat, and I do love sailing. I think it's fabulous. I was going to buy a boat, but I've had to sort of move on from that due to certain factors. Tyler just hit 30. Goal set was complete, find someone to spend the rest of my life with, and I have a child I can teach to love and appreciate the outdoors. Rock solid goals. Absolutely. Shawnee thought that her 30th birthday would be some special milestone. I was pregnant, just busy raising kids and wishing of owning acres of land. I don't remember what I did for my 30th. My 40th, I mean, I've shown you guys the bass guitar I bought myself. And it was a great party. My wife is amazing. Raspberry Rock says, at one point in my life, I'd like to just sit in the middle of a forest and live stream once in a while. So I think what he's saying is that Russell is living the life of Riley right now, and the rest of us ain't. Linda would buy her own piece of land with water access. Yeah, I think water access is a big deal. Absolutely. David's goal was to retire at 55, and he made it. I will not be doing that. I was extremely bad with the financial planning my whole life. So I will be reaping the rewards of that, unfortunately. Unless I win 30 mil, which means I would have to buy a lottery ticket several times, probably. Hike with Mike has 6 more years until retirement. You can stay longer for cash, but don't want to be one of those guys that retires and dies a few weeks later. One of my mother's coworkers, that was their story. My mother's boss, I think, her husband retired and almost immediately died. And so the entire retirement plan that her and her husband had come up with was suddenly just gone. And I'm someone who believes that. Stop me if you've heard this before from me, but no matter how small you may feel that your life is, as a human being, a living, breathing human being who was lucky enough to be here, of all the gazillions of species of creatures that have gone extinct or died, some have procreated before that. And that cycle, the luck of procreating before something takes you out, has happened millions of times to get to who you are. Development from single-celled organisms to multi-celled organisms to mammals to prehistoric ape things to human beings to where you are today to just living at this time of life. You're lucky enough to live now when there's the ability for live streams and there's and they've just taken a photograph, for God's sakes, of the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, right? We're alive now. You're alive right now. So you're an ambulatory miracle. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean that in a religious sense, because, I pray at the altar of science. I didn't always, but that's where I am these days. And so I believe that all of us, everyone here, is an ambulatory miracle. So If all you do in life is get up, eat breakfast, go to work, slog all day, come home, watch so you think you can dance, go to sleep, get up, and just rinse and repeat, then you are wasting that. You're wasting the absolute miracle that you were given at birth. And so to me, the idea of someone retiring and immediately just dying is absolutely heartbreaking. When I heard that story, I was just like, there's no way. That can't happen. What's the universe trying to tell you? What the hell? Stories like that really get me where I live because of the way I see us as living, intelligent people. Am I getting too heavy? Should we just move on? Yeah, let's just move on. Carol says, "Damn, I didn't buy a Powerball ticket." Is that big lottery that you have down in the States? But yeah, it was just sort of I was riffing off what Hike with Mike said. I just want to pop it up again just so you guys know why I kind of went off the deep end there. Sorry about that. Okay, so Linda disagrees with me. She thinks that kayaks are the best. It's an opinion. Look, I don't want to say that I don't like kayaks because I do. Absolutely. But to me, like a kayak is a recreation vehicle with the family or, whatever. It's not like my, it's not my paddling adventure video vehicle. Like a lot of the dreams I have of being out there, has a 16-foot prospector canoe specifically, or a 17-foot or something. Like it would have to be something that I can use tandem or solo because I really want to get Camille out paddling again. She was very, very into it the 2 or 3 times we've done it. I would like to point out that if Dave is going sailing, are you sailing are you sailing off the coast of BC or something? Because I've never gone blue water sailing, Dave, but that sounds really cool to me. I am so far. Okay, hold on, let's get back. Tabernouche. I have it jumped and I'm way late. Sorry, guys. Oh, schnitzel. I totally. Canadian says actually he agrees with Linda that a kayak is probably his favorite for versatility. Apparently, Tylerwood tomorrow is lemon pepper chicken and rice. I'm not sure what I'm making tomorrow, but it's gonna have to be good. Charles wants to live on a tropical island. Okay, between Charles and Russell, the rest of us should feel pretty bad about ourselves. Alain says, my friend Nick has a sweet cabin by a creek. I've been going there for over 20 years, at least once a year. I wish I also had my own place like his. It's 4 hours away, though. The thing is, if you live in Montreal, you got to go about 4 or 5 hours if you want to get into the actual wilderness or like the Boreal or something. The Boreal. The people who've been watching me for a long time are probably tired of me saying the word Boreal, but hey, huh? This brasserie is called Boreal. The thing about Quebec is that the concept of the Boreal is it's an endemic to our sense of place as a province, even though most Quebecers, even though like most of the Quebecers who run the design firms and other companies that have helped create this idea of the Boreal as our endemic cultural thing have never been there, right? Because the Boreal doesn't come down to Montreal. Down around here, we ain't even close to the Boreal. It's hours away. Linda wanted to work till 67, but she retired at 66. Oops. That sounds like a great mistake to make. I love it. Country Boy Trapped in the City says, I decided to do my own leather work for my dad's knife. Oh, nice. I was supposed to tell you where to send me pictures, right? You can either send them to me. You can DM me at Russell's Discord, or how many people here realize that I have a Facebook page for my channel? Let me see if I can find that, and I'll just drop the address. Facebook.com. Is that going to work? Trying to find my cursor. There it is. Sorry, guys. I'm going to try to be as fast as I can. No, you entered an old password. It's because I don't use this computer for my socials. My socials. Oh, for land's sakes, Jesse. Get it together. I've entered an old password. Piss on a biscuit. Okay. It's Country Boy. It's Rain Dance Bushcraft on Facebook. That'll bring you to. Hello. Start again. That'll bring you to my page, and you can DM me there. If you're not, or you can just drop it. You can DM me at Russell's Discord as well. I'm just the OG. Thanks, Tyler. Yes, hairy woodpeckers are larger. That tells me I'm really late on this side chat, guys. Sorry. Tyler is he's making me blush. As far back as I can remember, 3 years ago when I started, I found your live. Has it been that long? Jeez. I think 3 years ago, longer. I started really getting serious about this channel in 2018. Before that, it wasn't really worth anyone's time. Whenever someone says, "Oh, where's your channel?" I say, "Start at 2018." Okay, don't watch the stuff before that. But maybe but I only started doing lives. When did I start doing lives? Russell, when the hell did I start doing lives? Do you know when my first live was? It wasn't that long ago. But you know what? I wish I discovered lives way earlier because I like doing them. How far away is Serge? Maybe we can go visit him. Shoot some vids. Yes, Russell says I need to figure out how to be a stay in the bush dad. Absolutely. Alain doesn't want to brag, but he saw a whale last week. Dude, I shared that. I think the CBC story on my channel's Facebook page. Okay, you made it a year ago. We're talking about the logo. I am ridiculously behind schedule. Sorry, guys. Hey, Sean in Alaska. Nice to see you, man. Nice. And Kristen Grounds. Nice to see you as well. Sorry I'm so late. Everyone's being so nice to each other. Saying hi. You didn't drop your camera. That's the most important. Oh, hey. Russell, what you said here, no regrets. I want to get that as a tattoo.
That's where that's from. There's some guy got a tattoo. It's supposed to say no regrets, and then it's one of those disaster tattoos.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I should actually join you at this time because you're so far behind in chat. It's like you got to catch up.
Yeah. Perfect. Nice. Excuse me. I love this comment. We pumped our kids out like we were doing free throws. Yikes.
Woof, woof, woof.
And here's me, 7 years between our two kids. It's like, because now I am way too old to have a 3-year-old, let me tell you.
I don't know.
Sean in Alaska did a sirloin on the grill. I like it.
Nice.
I like it.
How far back are you?
I'm far back. Looking at the kind of dad you are, Jesse, I think if I could be as good a dad as you are, I'd do it all over again. I bet you were. Russell, was it on your live stream that I said that we're all our own worst critics?
It sounds like
Or
something you might say.
like none of us really think we're as good as we are, and some of us think we're better than we are. But I mean, let's not concentrate on that because it kind of it kind of takes the piss out of my point. I think if you can bring a kid into the world and keep that kid living until they're self-propelled, win. Do you know what I'm saying? Just like win.
And like not get divorced or
Yeah. Yeah.
and your kid's not living on the street and yeah, okay. Total win.
Absolutely. Linda says, "Sell your house, you'll be rich." I think that we might need to. My wife and I might need to be more unanimous on that before I go. Hey, look what Tyler did! Thanks, man. Tyler with Bushcraft gave me $9.99. He says, "Hit that like button," and I agree with that. Hit that like button if you're liking what we're doing here. Country Boy says, "I pray at the altar of nature." Yeah, I'm with you there on that too. Charles says in his 20s, 30s, and 40s, I enjoyed running. Even could make money in most road races. Wow, okay. That's pretty good. What are you seeing?
Carol is, I think Carol's offering to help me out if she wins the mega. What are they?
It's called the Super Bowl. Super Bowl? No, the Mega Ball.
Oh, where did it go? I lost her.
It's that big American one where you can win a crap ton of money.
Here it is. Yeah, there's two of them: the Powerball and the Mega Millions.
Right, the Powerball is what I was thinking about.
That'd be real. Thanks, Carol.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Like with Mike says, my best birthday was my 30th. My wife hated my hairband buddies, but she tracked them all down and set up a surprise birthday for me at the local rock club. Nice.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Sam says, this born, work, retire, die is entirely sociological and totally unnatural. That comment right there could pull me down a rabbit hole where I would get boring and possibly political. So we're just going to... I just figured I'd throw it up there and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
A lot of people have no retirement plans, says somebody I know. Work till they're dead. And that's kind of, I guess, I've realized lately that that's kind of the situation I'm in. Which, oh, crumbs, everything just jumped.
I remember, it's probably like 10 years ago when I was always that type of person who said, oh, I'll look after retirement later. I have lots of time left. I'll think about investments and all that crap. That was about 10 years ago, and I kind of looked around and said, holy shit, I saw retirement coming at me like a brick wall.
Yeah.
And like, oh man, what do I do?
Yeah.
Is it too late?
Let's just move on because, yeah, I get anxiety. Thinking of like how dumb I've been. Oh no, I don't like this comment. I will die on the job. I have no other option. And a lot of people are living that life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, that's I don't like that. I'm sorry to hear that. Sean Alaska is taking me to task for being blah 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 blah. What are you waiting for? Make plans and then do them one day or day one. I know. I know. I live a very certain situation, but I'm definitely starting to make small moves towards not going crazy. Part one is I'm trying to find someone who will let me go on their land, have a little fire, build a semi-permanent shelter, or just use my damn tarp. I need to find a piece of land to shoot on and to relax on, because I can't afford to buy one at this stage in my life. But in about 30 seconds, when I have like 1 million followers, I'll be able to plan that.
It's too bad. It's really too bad you don't live closer to me.
Yep. Oh, I know it. David is pointing out that I do not ever shut up about the Boreal. Because it's magic.
Have you ever been to the Boreal?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. The thing is, like it's here's I would like to say, I want to point out this thing that you said. I don't push it a lot. I do not push that page, and I should, because I would love to end my non-Rain Dance Bushcraft Facebook page, but
Yeah, me too.
I should use it more often. Absolutely.
Well, I'm the same way. I've got 2,000 followers on my Facebook, and I need to do more with that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, looks like my mom was in briefly. She'll watch the rerun tomorrow. Okay. Country Boy, yeah, definitely find me. I mean, you know what? My email address is public record. It's on the about page for my channel. So why don't I just drop it in the side here? Boom. Oh, are you seeing if the man on the street is still out in the woods? Tim says, there was no way I could afford to retire, but the quality of life became number one. Every 8 day now is a Saturday. I work part-time and life is awesome. I love it. I'm glad to see that. What did Carol just go online to purchase?
The Mega Millions and the Powerball.
Oh, okay. Wow, you can buy it online?
I'm sure.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Well, I got for my birthday once. I got a year subscription to the Lotto 649. It's like every week it automatically buys you a ticket.
I didn't even know there was such a thing. You don't have that here, I don't think.
Well, 649 is across Canada, isn't it?
Yeah, but each province administers it in their own little way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like every now and then I get an alert that I won $10 or something like that.
Yeah. Interesting. I like it. Jess, you should hook up with David for that tandem kayak. Did I miss something when everything jumped? Anyway,
I don't remember.
I'm never going to be able to find it.
I got to pause you here for a sec. Dave, you need to take out the search part. It's just facebook.com/raindancebushcraft. I think usually that's the case. Like in my case, it's Raspberry Rock Off-Road Cabin. It's
nice. Nice.
Dave's doing the hard work tonight, the heavy lifting.
Yep, good old Dave. Apparently Serge lives like 500 kilometers away. So the way I drive, that's a good 2-hour drive.
No, that's Dave. That's my page. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's doing us both a solid there.
But that's how it should look, though. Oops.
I'm trying to hide when I'm okay. I'm not touching anything. You do. You go.
Okay, ready? On 3. Click.
Clack.
Sorry, there's 2 cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah. Tyler says, "Yeah, I should go down ice." Are you in? Do I have you right here in Pennsylvania or Michigan? I don't remember.
Michigan would be a bit of a drive.
Yeah, Michigan would definitely be a drive. I'm trying to find where we are. Oh, okay, whoops. Iowa and Missouri. Okay. I'm just trying to imagine where those are. It's just sort of.
I'm so bad with my states. I don't know.
Yeah. I think quasi northeast, but not really. A little more central. Do I have that right? Oh, look, tea. Look, Russell, tea. It's a good drink.
What happened to the beer? What happened to the beer you were drinking?
Ain't no more beer. And it's not 10 o'clock yet, so it's too early to start the scotch.
Iowa, Missouri is kind of more
Central
middle.
Midwest, okay.
Central
All right.
Midwest. Central Midwest?
Yeah, everyone's like right in the middle and blah, blah, blah. I get it. Okay. Carol, Commonwealth of Virginia. Former blue law state is now building casinos. Crazy, I say. I don't even know what a blue law state is. But I got to the end of the chat with Russell's help. I get by with a little help from my friends. So that's what I should do, Russell. Like, the scotch I should only start after 10. It's like my version of having a raspberry rock shot. Scotch at 10. Hey, look who's here. North Shore Preparedness. Nice to see you. How's it going? How is it going? Let me just see something here. Just taking a look. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anyone else.
How do you bring up that poll again?
It's not in StreamYard. I did it in on the YouTube side, but it won't. Okay. It won't. Oh, you can't go to channel. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. For some reason on my computer, it's not showing me the entire poll. It's just telling me that 95% of the respondents said yes.
Can you put it up again? Like, can you show it in chat again?
I'm trying to, but the only options it's giving me are to like go to my own page or end the poll.
Oh,
okay. I just clicked on it, but it's not letting me. Because it should be like at the top. It should be like the banner at the top of the top chat in the YouTube page. Thank you, David Evans. Yes, absolutely. Thumbs up, everyone, if y'all please.
Oh, I see. If I refresh the page, it comes back up.
Okay.
And you're getting a lot of yeses, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, yep, 95%.
So go back to the drum. Because 5% versus 95. Yeah.
So the drum wins, but I still like the idea of
a trailer.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, you should definitely do a trailer, but you need to do this and play the drum along.
I don't even know where I put the drum.
Oh, yeah, come on. Do us a little preview.
Yeah, I don't even know where it is. But be interesting for about 5 minutes. I have to go see Man About a Hearse.
No, 5 minutes? My God.
2 minutes. 3 minutes.
Okay. I don't know how to be interesting for 5 minutes. You like this music? So StreamYard, apparently this is new. You can play music. You don't have a whole lot of selection? There's like eight songs here that will just loop. That last one was called Rock. This one's called Night Driving. It's more like put you to sleep while you're night driving. What is this? Okay, lo-fi. Play the duck song. Oh yeah, we're getting there, David. He's almost 50. The plumbing takes a few minutes. Okay, this is lo-fi. Some of them don't play for very long before they loop, like 20 seconds. Okay, this one's called Into Space. Yes, StreamYard elevator music indeed. It's not bad. It's kind of like all of these are kind of decent if you're just talking and you don't want the music to overpower what you're saying, and Like I sometimes find it hard to find, like when I'm looking for music for my videos, I sometimes find it hard to find a decent piece that just plays in the background. It doesn't get louder or quieter, or doesn't change up a lot. Like there's lots of music pieces that start very slow and soft, and they build and build and build, and then you hit the bang, the regular stuff, and then or they could vary a lot. And I was like, I just want a music piece to be, fit inside this rectangle. All right, here's the feeding the ducks one. Yes, David. Hopefully, StreamYard will let you play. I think they should do that. Like, they can't be responsible for what kind of music you play. It's the platform that's gonna worry about the copyright protection. If we could say link our SoundCloud or our Spotify, I use Spotify, right? If I could link my Spotify songs in here somehow, that would be so great. And then we could, like these chats where multiple people are on screen and we can all listen to music while we're chatting. I'd be so happy. This one is Daydreaming.
This is StreamYard music, eh?
Yeah, I've gone through most of them.
Have you?
Yeah.
I think this is the one that irritated me the least.
Yeah?
Like it's just a loop in the background.
Well, they're all like that, but
David, I don't think that StreamYard will let us play other music. I think that they're afraid of some copyright issue.
Well, as I was saying, this is still new, so maybe in the future, who knows?
Yeah.
Here's Dance Pop. That's not good to play during.
No, that would get irritating in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, less. 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Acoustic Cinematic. Does that even sound like acoustic to you?
Yeah, like an acoustic hammered dulcimer.
Yep. Yeah, that one's annoying too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the one that loops after like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, Tenenbaum walks in with a zinger.
Wow, that's really bad, this one. I gotta go with that. Oh, that's okay. Sorry, that does. Alright, night driving it is.
Yeah, I think it's the least irritating. Tenenbaum points out that I'm damning it with faint praise.
It's gonna put me to sleep in 5.
2 minutes until Scotch time.
3. That reminds me of a joke. When a guy went to see his doctor, and the doctor said, "Well, I'm afraid it's terminal. You're gonna die." And the guy said, "Well, how long have I got?" And the doctor said, 10. The guy said, 10 what? 10 months? 10 years? And the doctor says, 9.
That's dark.
Do you want me to turn the music off now? Or you want to just leave it going?
Why don't we ask the people? Should I create a new poll?
Absolutely.
All right, I just ended the original poll. 96 people said I should keep the drums.
96%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a poll on my live stream. I didn't know it was there.
You're all gonna have to forgive me. The question mark does not work on the keyboard.
Are you some kind of writer or something?
So,
did you rate things?
that live stream that we did on my channel last Tuesday, this keyboard stopped working. The next morning when I was trying to log into my computer, every key I hit threw like 4 letters up. so I couldn't log in. So like, no problem. I unplugged it. I took the one off of my daughter's computer. And this one has a dead question mark key and something else. Oh, and you'll all be delighted to hear that the new computer I ordered does not come with a mouse and keyboard. So I will be purchasing a new mouse and a new keyboard.
Really?
Yeah. Like, what? Apple? Come on, man.
That's.
Hey, actually.
Tyler's heading off to bed.
Oh, good night, Tyler. See you later.
What was that in reference to?
I don't know, but it's funny. But I like this comment. What you need is a video of you in the woods playing the drum by the campfire as an intro. It's not a bad idea, actually.
You know what? I need to take a few moments and analyze the knot I just tied around my finger with the cinch on my pajama pants here, because it is on there. It is like, this is one of the best knots I've ever tied.
It's probably the last place you want to be tying it, though.
Like, yeah, my finger's turning purple, but still, this is an amazing knot. I gotta figure out how I did that.
Well, 69% of respondents would like us to stop the music, so, you know, when you've got the knot untied, then I guess stop the music. Oh, I get it. Okay. Tenenbaum was referencing the music. Sounds like he's in like a high-end, trendy lounge, I guess. Tim says it sounds like porn music. How do you know what porn music sounds like, Tim?
Yeah, Tim. What have you been watching? Is it still 95%? Oh wait. It's 69% says no now.
Yeah, 69% says, because I remember I changed the poll to should we leave the music running?
Yeah, no. Okay, should we let it? Digging this music, man. It makes us seem so much more interesting.
Kind of does. Like we should be drinking martinis.
Martinis, really?
Like what? Schnapps?
Scotch?
I don't know. Scotch. Well, okay then. Is it 10 yet? 22:03. Okay. Very sugary, very butterscotchy, heavy on the caramel. Definitely a bourbon cask influence. Am I right about that? There's a spiciness too, though. Veillez un fût de chêne ex-bourbon sélectionné à la main. Yeah. And ex-malted whiskey barrels. Old Pulteney. Brown sugar. Toasted brown sugar. But like we kind of lost track of what I had wanted to talk about tonight. Like a few of you guys sort of threw like dreams into the side chat and everything, but like how many of you do that where you just sort of daydream about winning enough money that you do not ever have to work again? I think a lot of people have that dream. And when you're daydreaming about it, do you daydream about it like it's a fun thing to do, or do you have sort of that sense of, you know, wistful desire? Jeez, I wish I could win 30 mil. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, some people, they'll buy a lottery ticket every now and again, just sort of as a fun little thing, give them a chance to daydream for a little bit. What do you guys think? I mean, some people never buy a ticket at all, and some people sort of buy them compulsively, which I think is not really healthy. But I kind of feel that doing the 9-to-5 thing tends to sap us of doing our most fulfilling work in some ways. But people need to do the 9-to-5 work to keep society going. Canadian, yes, I saw that, but I forgot my phone upstairs. I was going to show a picture, but I forgot my phone upstairs. But I'll be looking at it again later. And it's funny that you sent me that picture because I would love to build a cedar strip canoe. I found a place here in Canada that sells a kit. It sells you everything you need for it. It ain't cheap, but it's not as expensive as buying a cedar strip canoe, you know? And so I'd like to do that. If I can clean out my garage, I would love to try that. Alan is dropping some truth. I dream every day about winning the lottery and not having to work anymore.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I love daydreaming. It's one of my favorite things to do. Ever since the movie Weird Science.
Oh.
when they're talking in the gym and it's like, you know what, that'll never happen, you know. And he's like, Wyatt, it's a daydream. Don't mess with a daydream, all right?
Yeah, don't
just go with it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I love daydream. And I'll tell you what, one of my favorite daydreams is like, okay, when this life ends and you say you get to try it again, you come out and you get to try it again, but you get to change one thing.
Right, okay. Nice.
Or maybe two things. I don't know. And then you know, go with it.
Yeah.
And it could be like a superpower, or maybe you just want to be like the best bass player in the world kind of thing, or you know, it's fun to just daydream about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe that just points to all the regrets I have in my life. The regrets. Regrets.
The regrets.
Anyway.
No Show Preparedness buys one from time to time. Dream of a 14th century 24-bedroom chateau in France. I would open a wing for kids recovering from cancer. That's a pretty good daydream to have, actually. Tim, for me, it will be 65. Okay, so Tim is retiring. We do have cash saved in various accounts, but we can't touch these till I turn 65 or dead. Then my wife can. At 65, work will be just another 4-letter word for me. Nice. Canadian says Jack is doing his thing and it looks awesome. Oh, yeah, that's the canoe. Yeah. Sharon has been not working for a while, and every day is the same after a while. Yeah, a lot of retired people say the same thing. For me, every day being the same wouldn't be a problem if I was sitting in the woods.
Yes.
I think Sam Jackson understands where I was going with that. Country Boy says, even with a big lotto win, I'd still be a minimalist. Small place on a... When I'm talking about winning 30 mil, it has more to do with not having to work ever again than it has to do with, you know, buying a lot of really fancy stuff. So I understand that. I would have a piece of land, I would build a cabin, but it wouldn't be like a large chateau necessarily, unless I could have a 24-bedroom chateau in France somewhere, which would be nice.
I'm partial to Lake Como in Italy.
Lake Como, yeah, that's a nice lake.
But I'm the same way. I'd never like, you know, Raspberry Rock is my paradise. I'd still spend most of my time here.
No. Yeah, I understand that. I'm looking for... Okay. Yeah, we're caught up. Okay. You gotta swirl it around, look at the legs.
Oh, God, you haven't started drinking it yet?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. I gotta swirl it around and look at the legs. What are legs?
Okay, in wine or whiskey or probably other things, if you do this, what you're looking for is the lines as it drips down. If you immediately get a whole bunch of lines, then you're not expecting anything in terms of mouthfeel. But if you only get a few, then you're expecting sort of a little more presence, a little more weight, something a little oilier.
Okay.
In whiskey, that's often called the tears instead of the legs, but in wine, it's always called the legs.
I can't see shit. It's all black in there.
Right. Oh, my land. Look who's here. Hey, Cliff.
Clifford. Is it Clifford?
I call him Foxy. David says, I just ordered a big kick-ass sump pump from Amazon. The music made me do it.
Oh, do we need to get our credit cards out? Because I love the sound of sump pumps.
I do love the sound of sump pumps.
David can be our sump pump guy. Like LT is our knife guy. As soon as we start sucking sump pumps, David's in here. Okay, I'm going to show you all my sump pumps.
Here's how you do it. Here's how you do it.
And we'll be like, okay, so how many sump pumps have you ordered now?
Right.
Well, this is my latest.
This one has a special whatever function.
Sorry, David, but that's...
I need to put a sump pump in. Oops. That, it's so weird that it's backwards. That way. In the back room, we need to have a sump pump put in because it doesn't actually have one right now. In the unfinished half of this basement. Canadian has a 12-foot aluminium at back that he got for $100. Nice.
At some point in the evening, we just start watching Chat It All, and yeah, baby.
I love it. Cliff says, when you get to gardening and forget there's a bunch of lives on Tuesday. True. Yeah, there's a bunch of lives on Tuesdays.
A bunch. Oh.
There are two very important ones, and then there's other stuff. The reason I kind of wish that I was on before Dennis is because I'd love to try that new feature that YouTube offers that you can sort of shunt your viewers over. You can invite your viewers to another person's live stream.
At the end of your live stream, you can.
Yeah. Sharon says, I'm not retired by choice, not yet. Circumstances such as they currently are puts me there. I have to run the numbers to see if Rob retires early or do we run two houses with two of everything. Yeah, that's a lot of number running you're probably doing. David, why did Pam give you back your credit card? Country Boy's been paying attention, man.
Well.
Oh, yikes. David says, I had to buy a sump pump because my neighbors get mad if I water the grass with well water.
So that's kind of funny. Is like you can pull it out of the lake, but you can't pull it out of the well.
Like Clap says, funkier Karen neighbors. I love it. Everyone's like, tell your neighbors to piss off.
Well, apparently, if they're all on the same aquifer or whatever it is, the groundwater system. But isn't that just replenished by the lake? I don't know.
It's a mystery. Nobody really knows.
Some of this music is really you're grooving now. Okay.
Ironically, though. Call me a hipster, but I'm grooving ironically. I could really go for a grilled cheese right now. I could really go for a wood-burning stove upon which to make a grilled cheese. I could really go for a cabin in the woods with a wood-burning stove upon which to make my... So depressing.
You're not going to stop in. I don't want you to stop until you've got the full bar with the line of scotches and the humidor for the cigars and the.
I don't do cigars. I don't like anything to interrupt the taste of the whiskey. Guys who do a cigar and a scotch, that doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I get that. I like a grilled cheese sandwich, but I also like, you know what I do sometimes is grilled cheese. I put a ham in there and fried egg. And if you do
Oh,
the fried egg just right, just so the center is still a little soft,
yeah,
aces, baby.
nice. So what is Tenenbaum referring to? What did one of us say? He's ready to order the 3 sliders for $24.
Sliders.
I guess he's not. Oh, yes, I know what he's talking about. He feels like he's in an overpriced restaurant. Sliders are those tiny root beers, not root beers, hot dogs, fudge,
Burgers.
hot dog, burgers. Yes,
Burgers.
that's what I was trying to say. Damn it. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. Tenenbaum is clarifying. Still the music. Yeah. Maybe drop the volume a little bit.
I just did, but I could drop it a bit more.
Shawnee says, I like crispy pepperoni in my grilled cheese. How do we end up talking about grilled cheese? Oh, it's my fault.
Crispy pepperoni. So you like fry it a bit first?
Oh, that's amazing. I love it when you take a saucisson of any sort, like a pepperoni or a salami, and yeah, cut it real. You slice it up thin, slap that into your pan. Hell yeah!
Can I get a hell yeah, amen?
Hell yeah, amen! Why did I go
Wait,
with...
can you say hell yeah and amen?
That probably doesn't go together well, does it?
I pray to a different altar as well.
She crisps them in the oven quick. I would like to get onions on a grilled cheese. Hell yes, you guys are singing my song. Shawnee, I would like to get an air fryer and see if and crisp stuff up that way. Real quick. Onions and bacon in your sandwich is very good.
If I had onions, they'd have to be sautéed first.
Yeah. Agreed. Just say tabarnak. The thing that they're saying tabarnak is in Quebecois, that's like our version of the F word, right? That's like the big daddy of swear words. David likes cheese on his grilled cheese, which is good to know. Tim likes mayonnaise and avocado.
Oh yeah, some people do grilled cheese with the bread instead of buttered. They put mayo on it.
Okay.
We've
I'm
done
a bit of a
here,
classicist.
We've done it here, and I didn't sense that much of a difference, actually,
Okay.
which is a bit weird.
I'm a classicist, just cheese. Although I do like the idea of throwing bacon or onions in there.
Well, and as I said earlier, is like I do like just a plain old grilled cheese, especially if you're having tomato soup or like that.
Right. Fair enough. I like this comment from Shawnee. My hubby wants an air fryer, so I said I need a new island storage counter situation. We're at a standstill.
Wow, if you can negotiate that one, Shawnee, I'm gonna hire you to your sponsorships.
Yeah, I gotta say, my missus and I are at a standstill on a couple of things too. Canadian says, I had a burger once that the buns were grilled cheese and bacon. What? That's a sandwich inside 2 sandwiches? That's meta, man.
You can do some interesting stuff. Actually, have you ever had grilled cheese with oh no, I'm thinking French toast now. French toast with brioche. We've done French toast with raisin cinnamon bread, which is also really good.
Yeah.
Oh, French toast with banana bread. Oh, that's so good.
Oh, I could imagine that being amazing.
Yes.
We have a restaurant chain here called Chez Cora. I've seen it in Ottawa called Cora's.
Yep, been to a Cora's.
And they do some nice stuff with brioche and stuff like that. It makes me happy to go there and eat those things.
Brioche is a nice, like a thick, fluffy bread, buttery.
Well, here's the thing. What a brioche really is, it's like a cinnamon bun or a Danish, not a Danish. That's a Danoise. But an actual brioche it's like a cinnamon bun or something like that. Brioche bread. I don't know why they call it that, but that's sort of a big fluffy buttery. Actually, even a brioche is pretty buttery, isn't it?
All I've ever tried is brioche bread.
Okay.
Which I like, but the pieces were small. That was my only complaint.
Right. Oh, I want to say hi to Kelly. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. We're I don't know how we fell down this rabbit hole. What I was originally talking about was, because I'm turning 50 on Saturday, what are people's sort of goals for their signpost birthdays, their outdoor goals, or if they want to do something special to celebrate, or if they have any goals that they wanted to hit before that, be they outdoorsy or otherwise, blah blah blah. And now we're talking about raisin toast. It's amazing how things happen sometimes.
Oh yeah, yep. Banana bread, French toast is so good. And we actually did the banana bread with chocolate chips in it. So. Oh yeah, David.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting really hungry. Linda says, my plants are in my truck. A few cold nights here. We planted everything except the garden this past weekend. We may end up regretting that at some point, but we did all of our planters and pots. Banana bread as French toast is amazing. I would like to try that. North Shore Braden just wanted to go to France for his 50th and then the Rona. I went to France in 2001. I brought my girlfriend there at the time. I obviously had a much higher paying job. She was from the Bronx. I was from Montreal, obviously. We learned pretty quickly that if any context where our passports had to come out, I brought mine out first. But it was, it was nice. Paris is sublime as a city in terms of architecture and stuff like that, but kind of bitchy. We went to Nantes, which was a city I would move to in an instant. And then we came back, and like 2 days later, the World Trade Center
11?
got knocked down. So she ended up trapped here for about a week. Hey, Dennis is here. Dennis, I was just saying that I wish my live stream was on before yours, because I want to try that new feature where YouTube will let you sort of shunt your viewers to another live stream after yours. Because I want to try that, but I don't know anyone who's live streaming after me, because I finish at like 11 on a good night, 12 on a not so good night, by which I mean Russell and I are not being good people.
It doesn't happen that often. I wouldn't worry about it.
Right.
So, yeah, go ahead.
No, you speak.
Well, I was gonna.
Were you going to invite Dennis on?
I was gonna say, Dennis also knows what porn music sounds like.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys who sound like. See, I don't know what porn music sounds like. I've never seen that. I've never seen any of that dirty stuff.
I've heard of these things. I've heard of them.
Yeah. Foxy, Fox it says, I have future plans. I will accomplish them. Likely not, as I'm at a loss of motivation. Will I accomplish them? Likely not, as I'm at a loss for motivation. Okay, fair enough. North Shore, you have the right attitude. Not so interested in Paris, more the countryside. It's a gorgeous country with a great big problem sitting right in the middle of it.
You know what? I've never been to Europe. I can't even imagine going to a city where some of the buildings are hundreds of years old. We just don't get that here. Right?
Hundreds of years old, I have no problem with. I live in a city with 400-year-old buildings in it. But, I mean, in certain parts of Europe, you can be sitting next to a building that's 1,000 years old. Right?
Yeah,
1,000 years old.
Apparently, the oldest pub is something like that. 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
No, I think it's in Ireland.
Probably. I know that they've got one or two in Ireland that are ancient. Raven's here. How's it going? He doesn't mind the music. Still there.
Jim. Is Jim driving? Oh, yep, he's driving.
He's driving. Okay. Canadian says, one of my favorite places I've been to is Zermatt in Switzerland. It's breathtaking. Pictures don't do it justice.
Oh, I want to go see Bruges after seeing the movie in Bruges.
In Bruges? Yeah, that was a great movie.
It was
a fabulous film.
The guy's like, aren't you enjoying it there? It's a effing, what do you say? I think it's
in that movie where like the two cops walk up to him, say, "Are you the one who hit the Canadian?" He's like, "What Canadian?" And there's that guy, "That's the motherfucker." And he's like, "Oh, do you remember that scene?"
I do. And later he's like, I didn't know they were Canadians. I called them, Lenin killer. I called them Lenin killers.
Yeah, I love it.
I feel bad now.
Yeah. Hey, Grace is here. I didn't know that. How's it going, Grace? She's just dropping a note to say that she's here, but not really commenting much. But I wear glasses. What are you talking about there, Dennis? Are you casting aspersions? Country Boy is on the wet coast, and our garden is still struggling. So cold and wet, we'll be lucky to get any veggies. I grew up partly on the wet coast as well. It can be tough, but sometimes it can be really great because of that. John Holmes wrote this music. Tenenbaum loved that movie. Yeah, it's a great film. Absolutely. I wonder if Dennis would come on. Dennis, you want a link?
But only if you can dance like this, Dennis.
Yeah, only if you can do this. In fact, if all of us can do it, so that we're doing the same move at the same time.
And another great movie we're soon going to be talking about, Night at the Roxbury.
Is it the Roxbury or the Roxy?
Roxbury.
Is it?
Don't question my knowledge of Night at the Roxbury.
I am not questioning anything. I'm questioning my own knowledge. My own knowledge.
It's such a stupid movie, but I love it. City Girl loves it too, which is funny.
No reply from Dennis about whether or not he'd come on to talk. Sandsock shows up with, what is it with the call waiting music? That is an excellent question. Hi.
But we're dancing along to it, so...
Country Boy says, there's Roxy is a club in Vancouver. I do know that.
The Roxy?
Oh, now Raven doesn't like the music anymore. Why are we still playing the music? The poll, it's changed now. It was 69% to turn off the music, but now
it's closer.
It's a lot closer. Let's find a different song now.
23 votes is, that's the difference of probably one person. I'm gonna guess that.
North Shore is gently swimming in a blissful oasis of rum.
Nope, I can't. Are you looking for different?
Yeah, change it to something else. I don't mind this song, but it does have sort of a soporific effect. I'm like,
If I say don't loop, will it just go through all the music?
Maybe.
I think it won't. Okay, try it. I'll turn the loop off.
Sounds like I'm at a Eurovision in like 1989. love it. Sandsock says, all the rest of you thought it was porn. Shame on you all. I love it.
Yeah.
Dennis,
Dennis, did you have a good show tonight?
I bet you he did.
He always has great shows.
Yep. Yeah, he always has great shows. I know. But does he dance to this?
I bet he knows how to groove.
I bet you he can groove.
Anyway, we should get back on topic.
Yes, I agree. The thing is,
What was the topic?
definitely not what North Shore is asking about. Whoops. Wait, where the hell did it go? Oh, there. What exactly is this mysterious porn you speak of? We don't know. It is a mystery. Tosh having Joe Robinette pop up at his house on live was funny. I missed that. Wait, who's Tosh?
Apparently he's the guy that was being interviewed.
Oh, like that was at. See, because I never see Dennis's live streams on the night. I always have to see them the next day.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's true. Because I remember seeing the thumbnail in Dennis's Instagram. I think it was Instagram.
Tosh self-propelled.
Yeah. Maybe it just popped up in my For You on YouTube, but I remember seeing the thumbnail somewhere. Oh, I see. Joe Robinette was his surprise guest. I've had Joe on my live stream before, and he's a pretty solid guy. Like in the green room, he's exactly the same guy as he is on screen, which is cool. So this is it not looping?
I clicked the loop off, so
That's weird. So this is actually playing like an entire song rather than just a 10-second section of it, I guess. Because it does sound different.
Well, these songs could be longer than they seem. It's just hard to tell.
Yeah.
Because it's so repetitive, the song itself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, so read that.
Maybe I should actually think of some goals for 40, 50, 60. All that comes to mind is own land, go to more drag races and be a grandma. Drag races, really? Do those still happen?
That's an interesting one to have in there, Shawnee. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind owning some land.
And building a cabin, Shawnee? Maybe.
I would build a cabin on my land. But maybe Shawnee can build a drag race. Guess that's not a loop. What would it be? A runway? Highway?
Speaking of loops, that one did not loop.
Did not loop.
Or, I mean, not only did it not loop, it didn't go to the next song.
No.
Shawnee, how old are you? You obviously much younger than the rest of us.
Yeah. Not that I'm an old... I was about to... Not that I'm an old funker or anything. For another 7 days.
You gotta remind me Friday night. I'll sing happy birthday to you.
All right. Tim says there are drag races in West Hollywood. Really? People are still doing that? Interesting.
Like, I assume they're not, like, illegal drag races, right? Somebody standing in the middle... Some chick is standing in the middle of the two cars and throws up a...
Yeah, I have movies popping into my head, you know?
Exactly right.
Camera,
we're racing for pinks.
I once read somewhere there was a film review of the first Transformers movie that didn't have Megan Fox or whatever her name is in it, but had
Yeah.
Rosie Huntington Whiteley, and it talked about how oh Christ, what's that director's name? I really don't like him.
Michael.
Is he Michael? What's
Michael
his
something.
name? I'm trying to come up with it, and it's just failing me. Because apparently her audition for Transformers was he had her wash down his Ferrari, and when he was asked about that, he said, "Oh yeah, I have that in a vault somewhere." And I'm like, by vault you mean spank bank, right? But anyways,
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay, that's the one.
It was Michael something.
That's the one. Like, no nuance. Anyways, so this review says, like, every time Rosie, or the first time Rosie Huntington Whiteley is on screen, he uses the camera like a tongue. Like going up her legs or whatever. It's the kind of thing that I wish I'd written,
That's beautiful.
Yeah, Michael Bay. Yeah, Sean Tenenbaum knew where we were going.
Mind you, Megan Fox is a really good-looking woman.
Yeah, but I mean, it's part of the job when you work in Hollywood, right? Sensock is actually bringing us back to something relating to the stuff that I'm supposed to be talking about. How do you guys make coffee in camp? Somebody was recommending a pot. That was a favorite in the Cuban community. I would use a percolator, I think.
I would do it the same way I do it here in the wintertime.
Do you have one of those little stovetop, like the mocha pot things?
It's just a filter. It sits on top of my coffee cup. I put it like a plastic thing, and then
and you boil your
paper
water.
Filter goes. Yeah, you boil the water and then you pour it in. And it makes 1 cup.
That's because you don't know anything about the finer things in life. I would never use a paper filter.
Well, you can buy them, but paper.
Look, if you're gonna piss all over me for my flavored water tastes, and then you're gonna tell me that you use a paper filter for your coffee, then I think we have some discussions to have offline.
Jess, okay. The problem with you is you don't live this kind of lifestyle. You live you have this romantic fantasy about living in the bush is all about, and that's cool. You just don't know any better. And you're not even 50 yet, so
give me 7 days. Just give me 7 days, and I can hit that last point. Okay.
I can't take you seriously for until you're 50.
Okay. All right. I'll call you next week.
And I'll be like, "Oh man, you know so much." So.
Seriously though, I do tend to like Cowboy Coffee. I'm just gonna keep talking while Russell's satellite is switching over. I like Cowboy Coffee. I have not been a very big coffee guy. I'll be straight with you guys on that. I'm Mr. T. Pity the fool. What I mean is I'm a tea guy. Later in life, I've discovered ways of making coffee that if I had discovered 20 years ago, I would have been an utter coffee maniac. The mocha pot makes a terrific cup of coffee. Percolator, terrific. Cowboy coffee is amazing. Anything with an espresso maker, provided it's a good maker. It's just like when I first tasted coffee that came from like what do you call that machine that it's got the paper cone like Russell's talking about, but it's just the automatic machine. When I tasted coffee like that the first time, I was so put off by how it didn't taste the way it smelled that I was like, no. But the beauty of things like the French press, the mocha pot, the percolator, the Cowboy coffee is that they do actually taste the way it smells. It's what's written on the box. And because the way coffee smells is so good. One of my absolute earliest memories is living in St. Boniface in Manitoba. So I must have been I was somewhere between 2 and 4. It's early in the morning, like early enough that it is still black out. Okay. And I hear the station ID for whatever's the local CBC station in Winnipeg. And for some reason, I looked down, like I turned around so that my head was at the bottom of my bed, and I looked down the hall, black hall, but like there was the kitchen door that had the light on, and the light coming across the floor and up the opposite wall. And I heard the CBC, and I smelled coffee. That is the first memory I can think back to. That's the first memory I recall having. And the first time I tasted coffee, it didn't smell like that. It didn't taste like that smelled. And it was only much, much later that I discovered coffee can taste like that smells, but it can't come from just a paper cone. I have no idea why I say these boring ass things on a Bushcraft channel, but it's because I was riffing off of that question that Sandsock asked: "How do you guys make your coffee in the woods?" And at the end of the day, very often your food choices when it comes to hiking or paddling or camping or bushcrafting, or Dennis, if you want to come on, just let me know and I'll get you the link. It's all about efficiency or efficacity. Is that a word in, être efficace en français? But can we say that being efficacious and efficacity in English? Shoot, I'm losing my words. But anyways, like so often what we pack, or just throw those little Starbucks instants into the thing, because I got a campfire, boil up some water, pour it over a cone, boil up some water, mix up some instant or something.
I think it's efficacity.
Efficacity? Are you taking the piss, or is it really efficacity?
No, I think so. Efficacity. Oh, efficacy. It says C instead of a F.
Really?
Oh my god.
Sandsock is into the mocha pot.
Oh my god.
Sharon Q and Tim are both about the French press.
Oh, that was really good.
Country boy. Old school camp percolator is still the best coffee I can make. I have an old school percolator in the back room there. Oh my land! Look who's here. Winders Ranger. I have not seen your name in a long time. How are you doing, man? Nice to see you popping up in my side chat.
Hi, Winders Ranger.
Shawnee. Camping for 2 days, I bring instant. Making coffee in my backyard over the fire, I use pour over. Fair enough. North Shore only does the French press, no matter where he is. Whoops, click.
I'd have a hard time believing that. For one, I didn't know it was called pour over coffee.
That's like a Chemex or whatever.
But I would love to do a taste test. I mean, you pick your coffee. We'll make it one way. We'll make it 2 different or 3 different ways. In a percolator, in a coffee maker, in a pour over. And do a blind taste test kind of thing. You're telling me which is which. Because I have a feeling that the process of making coffee is probably as important as drinking coffee for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And if it's not made the right way, then it doesn't taste the right way.
It's possible that you're right about that. Like, for instance, I enjoy the pageantry of certain preparation things. Like, even down to like when I'm making supper. Okay, I have a little composter, and I like to like really finely mince up the stuff I'm throwing in the composter so it composts faster. And I do that with a big ass knife. Like, I don't do that in a machine or anything. I just dice. Because I enjoy the old school way of making stuff. And that sort of definitely goes into like a preference for cowboy coffee or French press or whatever, instead of just, hitting a button on the machine in the morning.
You know what? We could draw that back to bushcraft as well. There are lots of people who would rather grab an axe, split wood, as opposed to using a wood splitter or even buying, their firewood or whatever.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. Although I do have to admit, if I needed like a cord of wood, I'd rather just buy the damn wood. Because at that point, I'm probably throwing it into it like a wood burning stove. But if I'm doing a fire, like a campfire, for me, the fire, like the wood prep is part of the fire prep, is part of the enjoyment of the fire. And that has to happen with an axe.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of axes. It's almost like this is nothing new, this is my wood carving axe. It's almost like we all need to have, start the live stream. Do you have your axe ready? Do you have your knife? Do you have your spoon?
I have my knife, but I don't have my axe or a spoon.
And I don't have my...
He's about to... I'm already looking stupid in comparison. He's about to bring something else on screen.
I just startled Junebug. I feel really bad about that.
No, poor Junebug.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now we can party. We got all our stuff.
Now we're gonna party like it's 1899.
1899. And listen to music.
The weird music. Sandsox, my guy, dragged his mocha pot all over Iraq and Afghanistan. Yeah, that's the thing about those mocha pots is you can drag them and I love how they look when they've got some miles on them. Jackie, the artist, the YouTuber formerly known as Backpack Jack, she's got a little mocha pot that is beat to hell and has clearly lived all its life over campfires, and I just love it.
Is a mocha pot just a percolator?
No, it's that Italian, like the two-piece that you screw together and put on a stove. It kind of is actually a percolator concept in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah, from the picture I'm looking at, it looks like a percolator.
Yeah. Cliff would rather drink water instead of coffee any day. That way when the coffee runs out, I'm not losing my shite over not having any caffeine. Fair enough. Country boy trapped in the city says, of course cowboy coffee tastes and smells the same. You have grounds between your teeth. Not if you, well, yes, but not much if you either do the epic swing or you splash a little cold water into it. Everything just jumped. Oh, crap. Everything just jumped. Why?
I don't know. You weren't that far behind.
Why did that happen? It's not fair. It's just not fair.
I didn't think you were that far behind.
Why did this happen? Okay. North Shore says, Cliff, I'm a one cup a day kind of guy. I could take it or leave it. Yikes. Canadian says, just throw the beans in your yap and chew, for Christ's sake.
I tell you, I'm a 1 cup of decaf a day.
Right. Sensock is it has to be ceramic mug or titanium mug. Plastic and stainless taste like crap. Being almost an old funker, got another 7 days of youth. I have a preference, especially when I'm in the great outdoors, for an enamel cup.
Enamel.
Efficacy. Tenenbaum is teaching me words here. Country boy says efficacy. Nice. Great. I'm learning English. What? Cliff drinks coffee sometimes. But he's not addicted to it. He can quit any time. It's a one hand or the other situation. North Shore cannot drink from a styrofoam cup, and I appreciate that comment. Absolutely. Winders Ranger's just been working mostly. Okay. Still nice to see you. Dennis says that he is also a pour-over guy. Sharon also does pour-over, but with one of those permanent cone filters. Nice. So much pour-over here. Shawnee says, pour-over is very visual for me. Watching the color of the ground change as the water hits it. Yeah, man. Or Shore is sharpening a knife as he listens. Okay, you remember how I used to be able to do my live streams from inside the back room there? Just set up my laptop, throw a camera on, and do my live streams. I should probably do that again. I'm afraid of the computer dying partway through, but because I would like to do. There's a lot of tool maintenance I have to do right now, and I would love to do it during live streams. You know, tonight we're cleaning and oiling, I don't know, hedge clippers and axes or something. So maybe I should, like, one of these Tuesday live streams, put up a disclaimer. This live stream may end early. If it does, I will give everyone the new address and try it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sandstock says, gosh, more porn. So this song is not going over well.
I just put it on. I don't know, is this porn like? All right, you pick one.
Okay, hold on. First, I want to say, Canadian says, I just sharpened every blade in the house the other day. There's another thing. I have to redo our kitchen knives, and I have to do our lawnmower and stuff. David loves the smell of coffee, but not the taste. Too bitter. I don't have a problem with the bitterness of it. I like it black, no sugar, but I also really do like a latte. You know, yin and yang, alpha and omega.
Yeah, I'm like, I need a lot of honey and cream in mine.
Do you? Okay. Oh, Sharon says, just a pinch of salt takes some of that away. Wow, you know what I just thought of? I don't know if this is just a Quebec thing or if it's universal. How many of you guys have gone into a bar and seen a couple of old guys sitting sitting at the bar? They get their light colored beer, whatever it is, lager, and the first thing they do is take a shaker of salt and into the beer and put it down.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's to put a head on it. I never understood it. I was like, why do you want a head on it? Just drink it. Why would you put salt in your beer?
I know. Country Boy is with you, Russell. It says that a mocha pot is a percolator, just a different design, still percolates. Yeah, well, that's what it was sort of hinting at. It's like, it's not a percolator.
Mocha.
No, it actually kind of is. I think it's MOKA pot, though, because it's not really like a chocolate coffee.
Oh, so I had it right the first time. Mocha pot.
Raven does not like his coffee too hot. Does not like his coffee too hot. Fair enough.
You know what's interesting is I have this pour over filter that I use all winter long because I can't afford the electricity to run the coffee maker.
Fair.
But certain filters are like if you buy the cheap the no-name filters, they're non-bleached, whatever, which I thought was a good thing, but they filter water way too slow. And it's like by the time you're done pouring the water over the coffee, your coffee is like lukewarm instead of hot. So not all filters are made the same.
True. You can buy a ceramic filter now, or a stone filter. Like if you don't want to waste all that paper. And
yeah, we do. In fact, we have a permanent filter. I think it's stainless steel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, or stainless. Yeah. And the nice thing about those permanent filters is, my big problem with hold on, let me hide this comment. My big problem with why are we talking about coffee? Oh, because someone had asked, "What's your favorite outdoors?" My big problem with the paper filter is that it leaches away a lot of the essential oils from the coffee. Right? So like a lot of what in an espresso would go into the crema disappears into the, so you're not getting any of the full body of the coffee. Why don't you show off that axe, by the way, because I kind of want one, so I want to look at it.
Well, hold on, Jess. Who's drinking coffee? Who's drinking coffee that doesn't go through a filter?
No, I mean the paper filter takes the
takes the essential oils away.
They're not essential oils, but they're So is that actually made in England?
I don't know. It's got this fancy wood tools written on it.
Yeah.
It's hard to see, isn't it? It doesn't say where it was made. Are you looking for on the head?
I don't know, because like Robin Wood is British, but I know that he did make a series of axes for like the classes he's teaching that like come with the price of the glass, and those ones are made in China. But
Yeah,
they were cheaper than that one, I feel.
I don't see any writing on it. Do you want to look it up online?
Yeah, I'll look it up later. I don't want to derail the already derailed live stream. Winder says, I'd have to say cowboy coffee is my favorite. It's the interest of time getting ready for work. I generally make a cup in the Keurig machine, but it takes a week. It makes a weak cup, yeah. By the way, does that go on with magnetic or a snap? Oh, it's a snap.
It's a snap, yeah. Okay. I was a little disappointed. For $25, I want a little bit more leather than that, you know?
Yeah.
But that's all I'll do.
Raven says, I love my parents' old perk for camping. That was something that never missed a trip. I have a camping percolator too. Oh, sorry guys. I love it. Barista up there in Jess. Yeah, no, I worked at Starbucks for about three years. Back when you had to know how to use an espresso machine. Now they just hit a button. When I was there, you had to be able to pull a shot and everything. And that's actually where I met the missus. She was one of my bosses. I'd love to tell that story someday. It was a different world, man. One night she came in, she was going on a date. Obviously, I was not with her at the time. And she had this skirt on, and I was like, you have got killer legs. Could you imagine saying that to someone in 2021? Country Boy says, that's why percolator coffee is the best. No paper filter, so you get the oils and the smoothness without the bitterness. I have 11 feet of leather. Russell, I'll make you an axe mask with more leather. I gotta buy me some more leather. I got a beginner leather making kit, and those of you who watched my videos will remember that I made a sheath for the knife that I had handled for my daughter. And I realized that I like the process of leather making. I'm not good at it yet, but I like the process. And I'd like to make some axe masks or something.
I would love to make stuff out of leather.
Sucks says I was dating the boss. Job security. I love it. Wanderers Ranger says, oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know, Wanderers Ranger is big into Civil War reenactment. He says, in reenactments, we generally ground coffee beans, throw them in a cup of water, and boil it. Let it sit long enough to let the grounds sink to the bottom, and presto, 1 cup of coffee. That's very similar to cowboy coffee in certain ways.
That's how I do my chaga.
That's how you do your chaga? Yeah. I would like to do an episode on chaga because of this piece that you sent me, Russell. Like, I want to do 2 cups. One, grinding it up the way I think you told me to, and one just doing chunks the way I think it's Dennis does that. Dennis, if you're still here, do you do like just chunks of chaga, or do you grind it up as well?
Yeah, it was Dennis who was talking about the chunks.
Yeah. Oh, my land, there I am. Why are you showing this picture of me and my boys? Well,
I just love that picture.
So the guy in the middle, Mathieu, he currently owns a restaurant called Fret Alors. It's a franchise. It's one of these sort of Belgian burger joints, Belgian style burger joints. So like, you know, when you order whatever it is with fries, you pick from, I think there's 58 different French fry sauces and mayos and stuff. And down below and above that, he has a bar called Piranha Bars. You know, it's got a stage, rock bands, alternative bands or whatever. But I think he did fairly well for himself. Dennis's unkind flock of seagulls. Come on, we were all about Endo Shin, Jesus and Mary Chain, Susie Sue, The Cure. Flock of seagulls.
Your buddy in the middle, was his hair always like that, or is that just performance mode?
No, pretty much always did that.
Huh?
You know, yeah.
That's interesting.
Pretty much always.
We had a couple of guys at our school who always had the rock style hair, like long blonde hair, you know, the whole.
Yeah.
But nothing like that. Nothing even close to that.
Yeah. Wander says, if you make coffee the Civil War reenactment way, I recommend dumping the coffee in another cup, or you'll burn the ship out of your lip. Ask me how I know. How do you know, Winders? North Shore is a Belgian burgers, really? Yep. They're not fundamental. Like they had a caribou burger that was to die for. They have. It's just the whole. It's so Belgian that they've got pictures of Tintin on the walls. Oh, David's out. Good night.
Good night, David.
Yeah. Oh, David's out because it's 11 o'clock. All right, I'll stay on for another 15 minutes. Yeah. Another 15.
I was about to say I'm a bad influence, but
I knew you were going to suggest it anyway, so I was just taking the wind out of your sails.
Oh, you should do a
special feature.
Well, special features are awesome. I was thinking you should do a fake ending so that you can trim the rest of this off.
Right. Okay, so here's the fake ending. Thanks for hanging out with us. Between now and next week, please be safe, be sane, be healthy, and be kind to one another. Good night.
Peace out.
Okay, that's the fake ending done. Do me a favor and be interesting for a minute. I have to see a man about a ship. About a
just a minute this time.
horse. I get faster with practice. See if you can get Dennis to come on.
Dennis! Oh, just something like if he's nearby. Where's my? Try and find the thing. No, there it is. Oh, I have messages from Dennis. Tuesday, May 17. Just live stream. That way. That'll make sense at some later date. Russell has them stairs right, brother. Love the fake end. And we're still here. Yeah, what was I gonna do? Did David really leave? He left us? What else can I share here? Dude, that's cool. Here's something I did a while, Mark. I'm gonna share this. Let's see here. I gotta. Oops. Why did that not come out? There he is. Hey, Dennis.
Ooh, chicken wawa. Well, I better
for
shut
it.
off the volume here. Hold on. All right, there we go. What's going on, buddy?
The usual. What are you up to tonight?
Just actually, I was just getting ready to pack it in for the evening. Had a really early morning this morning, so plugging away. But all this coffee talk has been keeping me awake.
Well, I find sometimes even just thinking about having a coffee helps wake me up.
Yeah. We need some decaffeinated coffee talk.
Which is funny when you think about it.
Yeah.
Jess is back. They shout out. He's munching on something. He grabbed something heading to the kitchen.
Anybody want some? What was this one? Snickers popcorn.
Snickers popcorn.
Snickers, yeah. Another Costco treat. It's got caramel on it, it's got chocolate, peanuts.
Well,
nougat.
you know what it is. I've said this before. Popcorn is just a delivery system, kind of like pizza crust. It's not really about. It's all about what you put on it.
You're muted,
Mike.
Jess. you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good.
You know, it's funny, Dennis. I was just thinking about like something popped into my head. In the basement of my daughter's school, there are 12 Swift 16-foot prospectors.
Why?
Because they belong to the summer camp that rents the basement of our school for their equipment. And the way I discovered this was every year in June we do a family fun night, and the door to the basement was open because I think we were running like power cables down there or something. And I went down to, and I looked up and I was like, in the rafters. I was,
No kidding. Wow.
oh my god! Because I like, as I was saying earlier in my live stream, when I was talking about how, you know, I'm going to be 50 on Saturday, and my original plan was to have my Swift canoe for my birthday, and then do an epic, you know, trip at some point in my 50th year. And how with COVID I couldn't save up music money to do that or anything. I don't know, and it's like, I know you've got one Swift, and do you also have a Bushcraft?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I'm not married necessarily to Swift. I mean, Bushcraft makes a nice freaking canoe too. A little more classical looking, obviously, but they make some nice.
There's a lot of great manufacturers out there nowadays, you know.
Yeah.
H2O's making really nice canoes.
And there's a Scott. Wait, Scott's not the company though. What's that company called that makes the Scott canoe? Abitibi and Company, I think it's called. Beautiful. Hold on, let me see if I can find them.
Langford's making nice stuff too.
Where are they based?
Actually, I think Langford is Northern Ontario as well. I know they have a distribution place just on the foots, or like on the doorstep of Algonquin, on Highway 60 corridor.
All right. Abitibi and Company is based in. Where the hell are they based? Probably in Abitibi, actually.
Or you could always grab a Surrey River canoe. The ones that advertise that if they were looking for employees and if you were vaccinated, they didn't want you to apply.
Yeah, I'm not going to support that company. And that's all I'm going to say about
shooting your
that.
thumb in the foot, right?
Yeah. Absolutely silly. Yeah, so Abitibi and Company, they're the ones who make Scott Canoe. Do you know them at all?
Not too familiar with them. I've heard of the name, but...
So here they are. Is it showing?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. What they do really cool is, okay, here's a Prospector 17. But they have like, I don't know, okay. Like this paint job with like a yellow here, like it or an orange here is beautiful. There's a photo somewhere of this paint job with like a dark orange here.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks fabulous. But like you only have choice between fiberglass and Kevlar. And like they don't do like the cherry trim the way Swift does. I don't know if I'd go for cherry anyway though.
I've got carbon or the carbon fiber trim on mine.
Where's the price on these things?
The model I'm looking at right now starts at I think $2,500. Like they're expensive, right?
Can I approach them as an influencer?
God, I wish.
Or has that been done to death?
I haven't seen an
probably done
influencer
to
use
death.
them. They're like so nice.
I approached a company. I approached a company today, and because they had an influencer page, and the head of marketing got back to me and said, "What are you looking for?"
Nice.
Cool. That's cool. You never know. You never know.
You never know. The thing about the Abitibi is that they don't offer the same options as Swift does. And one of the things that Swift does offer that I would want is, they've got their combi option where you can have it as a solo or a tandem.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important to me for obvious reasons. The obvious reason being Camille, who is always obvious these days because she's a monstrous preteen. Ah.
We're talking about that in the green room tonight.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. Young daughters. Kevin Callan's daughter, Joe Robinette's 2 daughters.
Yeah.
10 years old, going on 22.
I have exactly the same problem.
Yeah.
She's a great girl, but except for when she's not.
Our oldest son, Matt, when he started to do the whole teenager thing and started going really distant, and all of his friends had better advice than his parents.
Mm-hmm.
And but he loved basketball. Loved watching basketball on TV. And one day I just sat down with him, and we started talking about basketball, and it just brought him right back to us. Started watching all the NBA games together, and brought him right back. And I'm like, holy crap! That's all we needed was something to share together.
Yeah. Oh, fair. Nice.
And of course, we did the whole, we're such good parents. And we did.
Right.
Didn't work
Absolutely.
for the other two, whatever.
I remember Kevin Callan saying that his daughter was an alien right now. Yeah. But Dennis, you've got some Novacraft stuff on there. You managed to land them as a sponsor at some point, didn't you? Or was that just for your chat at the outdoor show?
Yeah, well, I met with Chris, the owner, a few times, and I'm not getting any free canoes or anything like that. I paddled a Novacraft canoe longer than any other canoe that I've ever owned. Right, like I've got the Swift canoe as well, and it's a great boat, and I love it, and I'll hype it, till there's no tomorrow.
Yeah,
but I'm on my 4th Novacraft canoe in the last 25 plus years, right?
Okay.
So, and for heavy duty tripping or some of the trips that I do, last year's big trip that I did, I should have had my Novacraft, not my Swift.
Why?
Just that much more durable. I know I don't have to tiptoe around rocks with it, right?
Oh yeah, right.
Whereas with the Swift, you put a scratch on it, and it's such a beautiful boat. It's like, oh my God, what am I doing to this thing?
I get it. I absolutely get it.
Yeah.
And that big decal you put on the bottom of it, how's it holding up?
It's pretty scarred up after the big trip, right? Yeah, she's pretty scarred up. Still recognizable, but it's I need to run it on a few more sandy beaches now just to scrub it all off, right?
I think that the you remember the first canoe that Joe Robinette got with the Trapper with the Scout logo in the bottom? That was actually done in the body of the boat, right?
Right into the gel coat, yeah.
I wonder what kind of upcharge that is.
I don't know. I never asked. I should have gone that route myself. But the only problem with that is that boat is now your boat. You know what I mean? Like, if you're getting like a Canadian flag put on it or something, that's different. But when you're branding it with your logo, a little bit of a different story there, right?
I would do it anyway because stuff gets stolen off of the top of cars in this town like you would not believe. So can you imagine some fool trying to convince the cops that he just bought the boat when it's got my logo on it? I'd be like, oh yeah?
Right? Yeah.
Hey, why don't we check on whose car that is you're driving, dude?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like in for a penny, in for a pound.
Funny you say that, because about 3 years ago, my brother-in-law was he was traveling across Canada, and when he stayed in Montreal, he 2 bicycles stole out of the back of his truck.
Yep. No surprise.
Yeah. And he had them locked in too. It didn't matter.
Yep.
I had my minivan broken into once in, I think it was Hamilton. Somebody stole my dash cam. It was like, seriously, it was literally a $20 dash cam. But in the back of the van, I had like a $300 solar panel.
Wow.
Whatever.
You know, once
Congrats.
a long time ago, I took my then girlfriend, the one who was from the Bronx, to a movie. Well, we went to a movie. We biked over, locked up the bikes, and I had like a super cycle that was kind of new, cheesy Canadian Tire brand bike, terrible. And she had like an older bike, but it was a Raleigh. So not like a high-end bike, but definitely better bike than the Canadian Tire Special. And while we were in the movie, Fools had... How did this happen? Fools had had broken the lock, stolen one of our bikes. I think they'd stolen my bike because it looked newer, even though it was a crappier bike, and left hers, and in fact had propped her front wheel up against hers. Because we like to take off the wheels and you know. And like, that's when we realized, look, you are absolutely a thief if you just aren't qualified for anything else. Because in terms of quality of the bike, take the freaking Raleigh, leave the super cycle. But they went the other way, you know?
I remember back in the day when Raleigh bikes were all the rage. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, they still make some expensive bikes, but they're not like Cannondale or you know, or Specialized or one of the like legit high-end brands.
Yeah.
You know?
I still got my my Norco Phase 2. Had that bike for a long time.
My main bike is a Da Vinci Phantom from I think 2004. I love that bike. If something happened to that bike, I would be brokenhearted. I have a more expensive Cannondale that's sitting that's hanging from the ceiling in my garage. Take it, please.
Would you get the single strut on that, or is it the double strut?
It's the single.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The lefty. Yeah. It's a great bike. It's just I don't mountain bike anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just sitting there.
Yeah, I haven't ridden in a couple of years myself. Nothing serious, anyways.
I haven't even ridden a joke. All I do is roads or like maybe some like bike path kind of action. So that Cannondale is just sitting there. But here's the thing, it hurts, right? Because the blue book or black book or whatever value on it right now is $400. But when I bought it, it cost me $2,700. So it's like, wow, dude, really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why, same thing with my Norco, right? I paid like $2,700 for it too, and you never get what it's still in really good shape, right? But
yeah,
I should just start riding the damn thing again.
Mm-hmm. North sold all his Treks. Trek is a big company, man, and they make some terrific bikes.
That's what my brother-in-law had stolen.
Oh yeah. I love this. Raven says, "Geez, I missed a lot. I had to go get my wife an injection." That kind of sounds like it goes with the background music.
We have to say hi to Destiny. Hi, Destiny.
Hey, Destiny.
Junior high for 33 years. Loved it. Teens are definitely their own subspecies. You either get them or you don't. Agreed. I kind of feel like I'm... Like, I kind of feel like I dissed my daughter pretty harsh there, and I didn't. It's just... She's dealing with the stuff that 10-year-olds deal with, and it makes her epically bitchy sometimes.
Well, they're dealing with a lot of pressure, like peer pressure. It's like, right?
Oh yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Pressure to look good, to do this, to do that, to fit in, to
and yet if I get her into the woods or onto a canoe, that all just sort of fades away. You know?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. North Shore had a 90s rigid frame, was really nice, and then a full suspension one, liked the rigid better. You definitely get more pedaling efficiency with a hardtail than a full suspension. My Da Vinci, my main bike is definitely it's a hardtail.
We had
Wood Pigeon's here. This is great. I mean, we're not even supposed to be online anymore, but it's amazing how people who haven't been here in a while have shown up tonight. I'm loving this. I'm loving it.
Hey, Wood Pigeon. I was gonna say, looking at some of your old live streams, we haven't seen some people in a long time.
Yeah, I miss some of them. I miss Hamza, but like his situation has changed. And I mean, the guy lives in North Africa, so there's a time change thing there, and he's got a business going and stuff now. So,
And you know the Hawaiian guy with the trial version.
Oh yeah.
yeah, he has a real hard time getting on because I mean, he's a sushi chef, and so like the hours that he works, just they clash. But I mean, he watches the next day, still. So Wood Pigeon tried to find you last weekend, Dennis.
Yeah, you
although
know
he.
what? I first heard about the Ottawa show tonight in the green room. I didn't even know it was on this last weekend. Tosh said he went. And he was through the place in like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Wood Pigeon.
Yeah, you were at the Toronto show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wood Pigeon.
Which in itself was a lot smaller than it normally is.
Look, I think we're probably a couple of years away from everything getting right back to where it used to be.
Well, it's the time of year they run it too, right? Usually the show runs in February.
Okay.
And I think early March for the Ottawa show.
Okay.
Everything was postponed, right?
What are these shows?
Outdoor adventure shows. Well, the one in Toronto, anyways. So it's basically outdoor adventure and travel. So canoeing, kayaking, hiking, backpacking, scuba diving, traveling, worldwide travel.
Okay.
All kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah. I do want to point out that Fox, it was smarter than I was. You're talking about Hawaii Volcano Squad, not about Johnny.
Smarter
Harper.
than you, or had fewer drinks?
Shut up! I want to talk about it. But
I'm a
yeah,
brat.
Hawaii Volcano Squad doesn't come around much anymore. I think because he had a fairly new parcel of land, and he was setting part of it up as an Airbnb, so he's probably busy as hell. You know, so I don't.
An Airbnb in Hawaii, probably. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Canoe. Yeah.
But yeah, Cliff, you're right. I'm totally wrong. I was thinking about Johnny Harper, but when the trial version should have been my. Jess, come on.
Yeah, where's
Johnny? I haven't seen him in a long time.
I was gonna say,
Long
where's Smiley guy?
Well, it's just as I say, he's a sushi chef, and his work hours completely clash with this live stream.
Smiley is a sushi chef. Sushi chef.
He's a sushi chef. Yeah. He has a channel. It's called Scout Stable, where he does a lot of sort of sushi stuff. He and I talked one night because I would love a nice set of Japanese knives, Japanese kitchen knives.
Don't they have them on late night TV? You could get like 42 knives for $16. 3 easy payments of.
What I meant to say was I would really like a set of really nice high end Japanese chef's knives.
Yeah, but if you act now.
If I act now, I'll get divorced. Okay.
Also get this Japanese
you get the lemon
sushi.
squeezer with it.
Yeah, you get the lemon
Shredder.
squeezer and the special microfiber cloth.
I would like some Japanese knives too. See,
Yeah.
just as this thing is like, this axe looks really good. I should buy that. And Russell goes out and buys it. I like just as this knife is really good, and Russell goes out and buys it.
I think you had a number one before I did, though, didn't you?
I don't know.
No, you had a number 4 before I did.
Definitely, yeah. The number 4. I mean, we talked about it. I bought it.
Yeah. Oh,
And then we talked about the number
I got a
1,
new
and I bought
toy.
it.
I got myself a new Garmin.
oh, you got a
Oh.
Garmin. Nice.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I don't know. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet.
Oh, because I thought I saw a picture of yours on either Instagram or Facebook where you had
Yeah,
it.
I'm holding it there, right? But I still haven't. Well, I
but you
took it
haven't
out of
still
the
haven't-
box, but
okay.
I haven't lit it up yet.
All right.
God,
Haven't had a
I've
chance.
I've got an expensive Garmin, like a $300 Garmin, rolling around. I haven't seen it in years. I don't even know where it is. I've only used it once.
Did you show that or did I show that, Russell?
I showed that.
Okay, because I was.
Hi,
about
Bettina.
No, Bettina always shows up for the last 5 minutes, but we haven't. We're not.
You want
Supposed
to dance? We got some great music going tonight.
We're not even supposed to be on anymore, Bettina. Nosha was in Maple Grove today buying some camping gear. Is that somewhere near Toronto? Where's Maple Grove? I guess nobody knows. It's a mystery.
I have no idea.
You have to let people a chance to respond.
I figured one of you two would know.
No, Maple Grove. It's a street where we used to live, Maple Grove Street.
Wikipedia tells me that Maple Grove, Ontario, is an underwater ghost town in the Canadian province of Ontario. It is one of Ontario's lost villages, which were permanently flooded by the creation of the St. Lawrence Seaway in 1958. So I don't think that's the Maple Grove that we're talking about. Maybe.
And hold on.
Oh,
We
maybe
gotta
it's
stop here for a
in
second.
BC.
An
What?
underwater ghost town.
Yeah.
Come on, who is not fascinated by that?
Families and businesses in Maple Grove were moved by Ontario Hydro to the new town of Long Salt. I don't know. Before the seaway construction commenced. On August 10th, 1954, Prime Minister Louis Saint Laurent, Premier Leslie Frost, and various U.S. officials turned the first shovelful of earth in Maple Grove. Jeremiah French came from Vermont and arrived at Maple Grove in 1784. He started out with nothing more than a tiny settler's cottage, which over time expanded into a huge flour and sawmills operation. Eastern Ontario. So
Still,
much history.
underwater ghost town. Come on.
Right?
I don't feel like we're paying enough emphasis to this underwater ghost town thing.
I just want to canoe over that. Look down, be creeped all the way out. How many corpses are down there?
And gunfighters down there are still shooting it out. And
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wait,
near
it's Ghost Town.
Bowmanville. Bettina knows it. Okay. Raven says there's probably a Maple Grove in every province or state. Totally. Absolutely. I'm very tired, not feeling well. Hold on. I didn't bring it. Bettina is not feeling well. Is very tired and not feeling well. I think I may have pneumonia, so I wasn't going to watch, but then I saw you were still on, and here I am. Bettina, get better, man.
oh, yeah, get better.
Get better.
Pneumonia. That's not. Don't do that, Bettina. Don't do that. Don't do
pneumonia can be bad news.
Well,
Absolutely.
boys, I must duck out. We just reached my 11:30 mark, and I am done.
No, we haven't. There's 1 minute left, Dennis.
Yeah,
In 1 minute, I think we'll shut
Time
it
I've
down.
done saying my goodbye.
Hold on. I think Dennis just came to the end of his bowl there.
No,
He's in his popcorn. He's like, oh, you still got
That's
some popcorn?
that's just unpopped seeds. That's well.
the pool was like that. I'm going upstairs to take my cholesterol pills now. I take cholesterol pills. I can eat what I want.
Well,
I take
if
blood
you're gonna
pressure pills, and I still can't eat what I want.
If you're gonna
okay.
take the cholesterol pills anyway, at least lick all the last buds in there.
Yeah. All right, it is 11:30 though, so we've gone on for
No, you
long
you
enough.
guys can stay until midnight.
No, I can't. I can't do it. Dude, I told you I'm going to be 50 on Saturday. I just can't handle these late nights anymore. I'm getting all geriatric. Geriatric. I'm a good 30 years away from retirement because I was so good with financial planning in my life.
Better not buy that Swift canoe because you'll be 35 years.
Now that my band is playing again, the thing is, I can't have my day job income go towards it because that's kind of tied up in this house and having kids and stuff, So I'll probably be saving up for a couple of years at least. I kind of want it. Okay, Dennis, you've dealt with Swift before, obviously, if you've got one of their canoes.
Yep.
I kind of want to drop them a line and say, listen, I'm nowhere near buying this year, but here's what I want. What do you suggest? So that I know so that I have an idea of a number that I'm aiming for. Do you think they'd be okay with that, or would they think I'm just another sod who talks big and doesn't buy?
I don't know. Wait till you got the money and just go buy your toy.
Yeah.
Right? Because you tell them, yeah, I'm going to buy this. What do they care, right?
Yeah,
All they want to do is show me the money. Show me the money.
Yeah, but it's not about impressing them with my intent. It's about having something specific to plan for.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll probably just save up a bunch of money and then say, hey, so what can I get for X?
You know what to do, Jess? Send me $100 a week. Before you know it, I'll have a new canoe.
Flawless. Absolutely flawless.
The logic is perfect. Okay, we're now at 11:32, so really, I'm shutting her down this time. So, good night for the second time tonight.
Night,
see you all next week. Between now and next week, please, everybody. By the way, next time I see you, I'll be 50. Between now and that time, please, everybody, be safe, be sane, be healthy, and be kind to one another. See you next week.
Peace out.
Keep the adventures alive.